Hello YouTube, this is Mike from PhoneJunkie.org. I'm making a little video here. I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of Twitter questions, people asking me, hey, should I go out and buy this new iPad? Is it really worth it? Most people have the iPad 2, and they just don't want to make that jump. They just bought it a year ago. A lot of people believe that their device is still good. I'm going to go ahead and show some of those pointers out to you, let you know if you should make that jump or if you should just stay with your current iPad 2 or even wait for the next one. Alright, these are both AT&T devices. On the left you have the iPad 2 3G 32GB. On the right you have your new iPad 4G LTE. The data is not activated on neither one of these, so I cannot do a speed test for data on the LTE network or 4G 3G. Can't do any of that for you, but there are plenty of videos that are showing how fast the 4G LTE networks are, and it's really amazing. I'd really take a look into that. Alright, we'll go ahead and start off by doing a little comparison in the size here. Now everything's set up the same. You got your volume rocker, everything on the same size. Now when you put these together, the new iPad is slightly thicker, not real noticeable. It's slightly slightly heavier, which isn't that much noticeable either. But other than that, they're identically the same. Everything, the buttons are the same place. You guys still have your volume rocker on the side. You have your home button, lock, unlock, power button on top. And that's really about it on the hardware of it. Now let's go ahead and talk about the software and the differences inside of it. Alright, now both of these are featuring 1 GHz dual-core processors. The only difference is the iPad 2 has the A5. The new iPad has the A5X, and the difference is that it's quad-core graphics. Apple didn't release a quad-core processor, but they did up it to quad-core graphics. Maybe we'll see the quad-core in the Apple A6. We don't know, but we can definitely put the rumor that the A5X was for the iPad mini, so we can lay that to rest right now. The iPad 2 has 512 megabytes of RAM. The new iPad is featuring 1 GB of RAM, so that's a nice little up there. They both, unfortunately, still have VGA cameras rated at about 0.7 megapixels. Not the best quality in a camera, but it'll get your FaceTime videos done for you. Now, like I was telling you earlier, there's only a slight difference in the thickness. The iPad 2 is 8.8 millimeters thick, as the new iPad will be 0.37 inches, which is about 9.4 millimeters thick. The reason for the difference in the thickness is because they had to put, with the Retina display and the and with the quad-core graphics card, they had to put a slightly, well, shouldn't say slightly, but they said 70% bigger battery in it. So that makes up for the difference. It's going from a 25 watt to a 42.5 watt. But you're going to get the same battery time. You're going to get 10 hours on Wi-Fi, and you're going to get about 9 hours on the LTE. The battery life on this, it seems to hold up. It seems to do what they say. The only difference is that it takes a little bit longer for it to charge. And that's one thing I noticed. I thought I had a problem with my charger, and unfortunately this device has a bigger battery, so it's going to take a little bit longer to charge, there. Alright, let's go ahead and go into the little review here. Most of you saw a couple of the applications that Apple wanted to demonstrate at their keynote. So I'll go ahead and go into a couple of those games and show you some of those things here. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little. Alright, now we'll go over here. Now you guys probably really can't see the differences through the camera. You would actually have to see this in person for the Retina display. I'm going to turn this up. The brightness is all the way up on both of them, so we can hopefully show you the best way. There we go. Now when we first came out of the store with it, opened it up, there is a difference you can see. I was a little bit on the not impressed side, just due to it wasn't as big as a jump as the iPhone 4 was from the 3GS. When you went from a 3GS to an iPhone 4, the screens were totally different. I actually put the same wallpaper, everything the same, and held both iPads together for my girlfriend to choose which one was the new, and she actually chose the old, or the iPad 2, thinking it was the new one. Really where you're going to see the differences is in the text, websites, and things of that nature. I think we'll go here. Going a little bit more there. I don't know if you can see those. But that's where you're going to get your difference from. Is right there. So I don't know if you can really see the differences, but that's where you're going to really notice it at. So if that's, what you're looking for, if you like to read books, things like that, then that's where that Retina display is going to come in. Now Apple said it's a 44%, better color saturation with the new iPad, and I can definitely vouch for that. Really good color, really stands out to you. But I'm going to go ahead and launch the Air Supremacy game. I have it on both iPads, so I'm going to try to hit them here at the same time. Now as you can see, the new iPad still loading. Now I'm going to go back out of here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and launch it here again, make sure. And as you can see, that this one's loading faster. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and look at the... Alright, now I don't know if you can really tell on this, but the color's still really good on this one. The graphics are really, really good. You still have your detail, but here you just have a little bit better color. The blue looks bluer. Your whole plane, like the sunlight coming off, the out into the ocean, everything just looks a lot better for you. Now let's go ahead and I'm gonna show you the gameplay on here. I'm not that good. Turn that one down and now as you can see out there, you see the little detail. And see, you're still getting a great gameplay, but as you notice, I don't know if you noticed that there, but there's a little lag. I mean, it was very minimal.